Hey everyone, this is Holly from Hot Humble Pie, and today I am doing some last-minute, 5-minute Christmas crafts that would make great gifts for family and friends, and as always, I hope you enjoy the show.
And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I'd love it if you click that button.
For this project, you're going to need a Dollar Tree glass candle holder and one of these stackable organizing drawers. I use a heat gun to remove the plastic label and it comes up perfectly. It doesn't leave a film at all if you heat it up enough. Next, I'm going to use a printable for this that I like. It's a Santa one. You can find lots of them online and I will leave some links down below. I used double-sided sticky tape for this after I measured it and cut it to fit, and I'm just going to stick it inside the drawer. Next, I'm using some Dollar Tree Faux snow and I'm just going to pour a little bit into the bottom of this. I'm going to take some of these fairy lights and I'm going to spin them around a circular object to make them like in a wreath shape, and then I'm going to press them down inside the drawer. I'm going to put the drawer back in and I'm going to take some double-sided sticky tape, place it on the back of the battery pack, and then place it behind the image. Isn't that pretty? So a super easy way to elevate these is just to use some E6000 and hot glue and glue it on top of that glass candlestick holder. It looks so pretty that way. I promised these were 5-minute crafts, so I'm keeping this really simple, but of course you can always put some little more items down in the snow if you want to glue them on the bottom, or add a bow, kind of like what I did to my Halloween one, but these are so fast and easy to do and they make great gifts. I love this glass that you find at the Dollar Tree, so I picked up one, and I also picked up one of their packages of styrofoam balls. This is a smaller one. You're going to start by removing, of course, any tags, and then after that, I took some nutmeg brown. This is apple barrel paint. I put some at the bottom of this glass, and then I squirted just a tiny bit of water in there, mixed it up, and I'm letting it drip all over. And I put this in fast motion so you can see, because it takes a while. You have to be patient, but once it's all covered, it looks better because it doesn't have any brush strokes. Next, I took a tissue paper and I wiped a really even, clean line around the top. This was important to me because I want this to look as real as possible. And for it to look real, the whipped cream really does need to sit below the glass, not on top of the rim, because it will look more like a cupcake. I mean, whipped cream just doesn't do that. Frosting does, but whipped cream melts really quick, as you guys know, and goes into your hot cocoa or your coffee. So my spackling was a little bit dry, and I just squirted some apple barrel white paint in there to bring it back to life. That's a nice trick. And I don't have a frosting bag or anything fancy here. I'm just using a sandwich bag, and I put my spackling into that. I'm going to squish it down in the corner, tie it with a rubber band, and then I'm just going to cut the tip of the corner off. So next I'm taking the styrofoam ball and I am going to put a little hot glue and push it down. So now we've got it exactly where we want it, because it's going to allow me to put my spackling below the line and make it look like it's actually sitting on top of hot cocoa. So then I just went around the rest of the styrofoam ball, and of course I also don't like my whipped cream to stay looking like this, because at least when I make it, you guys, it melts really quick and it starts to look like this. So I used my fingers to manipulate it to make it look like the whipped cream that I'm used to. Now you can make it look all swirled and piped if you want to use a piping bag and make it look like that if you want to. That's a very pretty look, and I will make some like that in the future, but for this particular one I really did want it to look like my hot cocoa. So I have some sprinkles and a fake candy cane, fake gingerbread man. I just stuck all those things in first. I was doing my sprinkles first, but then I thought, you really need to put the big stuff in first so you can kind of judge where your sprinkles go. And I used a cosmetic tweezer, like a needlepoint one, just to put the rest of my sprinkles on. It made it really easy to place them where I needed them to be. And this is what it looks like now. Look at how real that looks. Oh my gosh, I kind of wish I left it like that, but I decided to put some faux chocolate syrup on, which still looks cute. I'm going to make more of these, so it's not that big of a deal. Love the way it came out. Put a little peppermint candy on top, and look at the paint. It's all swirled. That looks more real too, because that's how my hot cocoa looks, or my coffee when I pour things in. It's still drying, so I don't know if that's going to stay. I think the top will. Anyway, found this container during summer. Loved the top of it. I knew right away that would be perfect for the holidays. So I just took some duct tape and I'm covering the hole where the straw went through. And then I'm going to take the red plastic container. I'm going to push that down inside a can so we get a measurement. You can use whatever you want for this, but that was about the right size for me. And I got a perfect circle, even measurement. And I used a marker to mark it, took my saw, cut it down, super easy peasy. And then I took a nail file to smooth the edges, and I'm doing the same thing with the whipped cream here, making it look like my whipped cream. I think this is more like ice cream. I haphazardly drizzled on the chocolate syrup too, because this is also how I do my chocolate syrup when I make ice cream. And I put a sweet little thing on that I got from like a candy set, faux candy set, and some more sprinkles and a peppermint on top. Now you can do your chocolate syrup like intricate designs and more thick and drippy. I'm going to be making different types of these because I think they're absolutely precious, but they're so fast and easy, so festive. They make great gifts. Let me know what you think. For this project, I used 2 bamboo spoons that I found at Dollar General. They were $1 each. Now I'm applying some spackling onto the top of the wooden spoons just to decorate them. I also took my fingers and pinched the tip of it when it didn't come out pretty enough. I don't know if you saw that. I pinched it real quick. And I'm taking some cinnamon and sprinkling the top of the spackling. Then I'm going to take my gingerbread man and push it down into the center of the spackling. And that's what they both look like when we're all done. Now I'm using chalk paint in the color Cottage White by Faux Art, and I'm going to give this mason jar 2 coats. This is a mason jar. It's extra large that I found at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to turn it into kind of like a faux marshmallow mason jar. So this is my little marshmallow face. I'm going to do a pink mouth and some black eyes. After that, I'm going to take some Mod Podge. I am using the gloss Mod Podge because I wanted this to be shiny, and I'm going to cover the mason jar with 1 coat. I'm going to give it a quick blow dry. Now I'm taking some hot glue that I found on Amazon that imitates hot fudge, and I'm just going to dribble that down all the way around the edge of the jar. I'm going to glue some Christmas ribbon onto the bottom of each one of these spoons. And that's what they both look like. Next, I'm using these brown tags, and I'm going to cut them into rectangle shapes. They're already pre-punched, and I'm going to use my stamp to put the words ginger on one and bread on the other. You can skip this part. I just thought it looked really cute. And I'm going to use double-sided sticky tape to tape it on the inside. This is such a fast, easy project to make. You can spray paint your mason jar to make it go even faster, but it makes such a big statement. It looks so cute in a kitchen, so festive. I love this one. For this project, you'll need some kind of tray. I'm using a Dollar Tree tray, and I'm using a chalk marker and a craft stick. You can use a ruler. It's just a craft stick. Fit in there a little bit better, and I'm making a triangle shape. Next, I'm taking some Dollar Tree moss. I'm using my scissors to cut it up into some smaller pieces, and I'm going to put Mod Podge into the center of the triangle. Now I'm going to take the cut up moss and just start pressing it down on top of the Mod Podge. After that, I'm going to put the tray over the bowl and just brush off any loose pieces. And the nice thing about this, because it's wet, see how I can manipulate it and make the triangle more perfect. So I'm just taking off what I need, and what I'm keeping, I'm pressing down with my fingers. And that's what it looks like when I'm all done with that part. Now I'm using my saw, and I'm going to take these wood pieces I got off of Amazon and just cut them in half. I'm going to take this distressed, rusted, it's pre-rusted, primitive star and glue it on the top of the tree, and then glue my half-cut it's stick or branch, I don't know what that's called, but I'm going to glue that down on the bottom. To tie in the silver tray, I'm going to use these jingle bells from the Dollar Tree and just start gluing those all over the tree. And oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. It is so Christmassy, so simple to do. It took me 5 minutes, and it's great for like an entry table, a shelf, or anywhere you want a little bit of Christmas. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you have some great ideas for 5-minute quick Christmas crafts, leave a comment down below. And of course, here's another video I think you'll enjoy watching next.